I know that the one that's most interesting, I think, for many people is Safiva, in the UAE Derby.
Yeah, so he came down from Uruguay there as a Triple Crown winner. People were putting him in the same sort of sphere as Invasa, last horse to win the Triple Crown down there. So we were pleased with that first run. We learnt a lot about him. William was delighted when he got off, so that was very encouraging. Stepping up in trips can only but help him. The last leg of that Triple Crown was a mile and a half, and when you watch the VTs of him there, he sees a mile and a half out well. He's a big honest galloper. We were pleased with that first run over 9.5 in the Albastakir, and like I say, we're only stepping up half a furlong, but he's a horse that we can go out on Saturday and ride positively, knowing that he can get a mile and a half. I mean, we're one of the few horses in that race, I'd imagine, that's gone over that trip, so over a mile and a quarter. So we've got that.
And is it difficult to get to know the horse or understand because of, different sort of setup completely being over here? How's the horse taken to that?
Sure, you have to respect where the horse is coming, the travelling he's done. So we couldn't go pushing him or asking too much of him early doors there. So we did take the gentle approach to it. It's a horse that we purchased yes for this year, but more importantly for a horse for the future as well. He's a big raw horse there, and he can only improve with age. So he's a horse we're looking forward to the future with him. So as much as we fully respect this UAE Derby, and we'll be doing our best to win on Saturday. It's also, like I say, as a team, we're looking forward to next year with him as well.
And your other runners in the Alcos Sprint, I think I pronounced it right. Have I got?
Yeah,
I got it right.
Yeah, Atug, he's in great nick. He's becoming one of the veterans of the stable now. But his preparation this year was, last year we started the year off rated 97, and we weren't really having a preparation thinking we'd be rocking up World Cup night with him. But he thrived through the carnival last year. Gave him a break there in the summer, and the plan was always to try and get him to the Alcor Sprint this year. So, like I said, we had a different preparation this year to last, in respects as we gave him time. I wasn't going to have him 100% ready back in January there. He's thrived with each race and improved with each run, and again, I was just delighted with that run on Super Saturday. Again, William was happy, got off him, and all systems go for Saturday.
You've racked up some air miles through the winter, haven't you?
Yeah.
How easy has it been to?
It's been a lot easier when there's winners. But from a team perspective, it's been great. We all sat down before we all came out here in the winter, and Si's had a great team, and Grand Champion trainer again was great, and James is champion jockey. So back in the UK, we've had a very productive winter there. Hopefully, we can. I think we've sealed the championship back there. So for the team's point of view, it's been a very productive winter. We've documented we weren't going to come out here and butt heads with one another with all of our nice horses, and it's a long season ahead of us. So we've kept a nice number of them back home.
And does that feel a sort of nice thing to have done? Back in the UK for you to have done that, just a sort of confidence booster for the year and the way things are shaping up for the team.
It was something new for Godolphin. We have never done it before. So like I say, we all sat down and spoke about it before at the end of the flat season there, and this decision that we made, and it's been, like I say, it's been excuse me, very productive. As it restricts the yard, it's a different atmosphere going back there now. Normally it can be a bit dormant there for 4 months of the winter, but it's been kept very active, and they've done a great job back there, the team.
Okay. Well, William, again, like James, you've got your first year in the Boys in Blue. How excited are you about Saturday night and single out the rides that you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, well, obviously it's like you said, it's my first World Cup night being a Godolphin jockey, and it's very exciting. It's been exciting since we joined in January, and it's gonna get more exciting. It's a great job. It's a dream job from a jockey's point of view. So, but Saturday is going to be extra special, and hopefully we go there with some good chances.
Prince Bishop, obviously in the World Cup. Give us your thoughts on, again, it looks on paper as if he's got to raise his game a bit.
Yeah, of course, against California Chrome, Lee and Epiphany and Haku Tarame, you got from Japan, you got a Japan Cup and a Japan Cup Dirt winner, and you got the two American horses. So it's he's on all known form. He's got a lot to find, but he's not had to travel across the world, and he's raced here twice on the surface on the track. He's performed very well. He probably should have won 2 Mactum challenges already. He's made it a bit difficult for himself. The kickback he hasn't really taken to the kickback, so he's just tend to drop himself out a little bit. But listen, if he travels early, if we get a decent spot somewhere, you know he's going to come home the best of all. And if they do go a stride too quick, you know we're going to do all our best work late. And I'm very hopeful. He's a horse that tries very hard, and I'm very hopeful of him.
And we talked about Safiva with Charlie, but again, what have you learned about this horse and the potential of Safiva, which I think it's exciting everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, he's an exciting horse. There's no question about it. We were very pleased with him after the Albasta Kia. You know, the winner came past us, and then we ran on again close to the line. So you know, he stays well. You know, we can ride him aggressively. We can sort of, if there is any stamina doubts of any other horses behind us or any chinks in their armour in that department, then that'll be found out. I like Gallopswell is in good form. You know, he likes the dirt. You know, we're going to give it a good crack.
Both of you and James got sort of similar profile. With this meeting, sort of put you for the first time on the international spot. So I presume you have great fond memories and know the significance of this meeting for what it's done for you, for your career and into the big time.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think most racing people in the industry would definitely agree with this being the biggest race day in the calendar. It's a very important race day for everyone involved, and obviously, you know, winning on this day means everything. And now riding for Godolphin and His Highness, it means that bit more.
Any questions?
Charlie, Sheikh Mohammed spent, I think, £30 million at Book 1 alone last year sales. Big statement of intent, seen as by many people. How does it feel? How many of those horses have you got? And is there a sense that Godolphin really is back and playing at the top table in the most serious possible way again?
Oh, for sure. It showed his, like I say, his commitment and his enthusiasm to the game. Not just, like I say, purchasing those yearlings, also getting the 2 youngest and brightest jockeys around now with William and James, which have been a great asset to the team. You know, we regrouped last year during the course of the summer, as you guys know. You came and saw us, and we've got a good positive vibe in the yard now. We felt we've made giant steps already going forward, but you know, with those 2-year-olds that were purchased, and we're going to give those time as well. I'm not going to go crash bang wallop and say we're going to go and win, you know, all the early 2-year-old races and Royal Ascot and so on. We're going to look after them, and they're going to be 3-year-olds for next year as well. So we're looking to go down the classic routes. That's what Godolphin's about, Group 1s and classics worldwide. So we're going to nurture those horses and bring them to get the best of their ability out of them on the key dates.
Let's give you a lot of confidence as a trainer to have that power behind you. And that.
Sure, but like I say, you have that support and confidence. I mean, we're sat here today. Meydan wasn't built with no imagination or confidence behind it, and Dubai itself's like that. So when you have that team behind you pushing you forward, it's a great help for sure. But like I say, we've made some big changes within the yard, and like I say, purchasing plenty of lovely 2-year-olds there, and William and James on board now. So it's exciting times ahead.
And it's also been a brilliant time on the all-weather. It's a bit departure for Godolphin. Previously, as you said, it's been quite quiet in the yard at this time of year.
Yeah.
What was the thinking behind that?
But two things in respect to, like I say, myself and Sy both bringing. Sy's got the older horses. Malta Packs, we haven't got that the structure of the older horses there as yet. So that's why, like I said, we're building on that. That won't happen overnight. So, like I say, we've got some nice 3-year-olds this year. But we'll be looking after some of those 3-year-olds to hopefully have some nice 4-year-olds next year as well. So Sy's had the older horses there to be able to campaign over here. And as respects to the the 2-year-olds from last year, so some of his profiles of his 2-year-olds suited to come out here in Maftool and the fillies. So we left our 2-year-olds back at home there, and they've wintered well. So we're looking forward to seeing them in the spring. As respects to the ill weather, like I say, we felt that to be competitive with the mainstream guys that's what they've been doing for the last few years. They don't shut up completely for the winter. I know Sir Michael Stout might close up there, but Mr. Gosden and even Aidan and those guys they're all tapping away during the winter. So we felt that we should be doing the same if we want to be competitive with them in the spring, which is our aim.
Does it help them sort of momentum? In the past, Godolphin used to take a huge number of horses back from here, and then you're almost starting from a standing start. Whereas you're taking horses back like here, and you're going into a yard that's actually flying.
Yeah, no, it's been completely different from my perspective. As I say, obviously we've been commuting on a weekly basis back there, and just to have the yard, like I say, as I mentioned before, it's normally quite dormant there for 4 months of the year, and but this year is a great vibe in there. The horses look great; they've been running great, and that can hopefully only propel us into the start of the turf season. And the aim for us is A, to find good horses, but B, get some consistency throughout the season. We don't want to see too many of these spikes. Sometimes we've got back in the spring and it's been a bit quiet. Our aim is to put that right and like I say, be competitive in the spring, and then from a team point of view, hopefully Malden Paddock's horses will be slightly more forward because they've been competing more during the course of the winter. So hopefully I can get the spring going, and then Side will be there with his team, and it's just keep consistency throughout the season now instead of those spiking. Thanks.
William, do you have any thoughts about the new format for a jockey's title? Do you think it will give you an advantage?
To be honest with you, obviously there's going to be a lot of different opinions on it, and I mean it's the old way was the traditional way, but I can see why the change was done. Instead of finishing the Jockeys Championship on a cold November day at Doncaster, you finish it on Champions Day at Ascot. But the only well, yeah, but it's going to be more of a show. You're going to probably get the public behind it more. I guess that's the aim. Get more momentum behind it, and I realise you're ignoring a lot of races, but it's there now. It's happened, and I'm all for it.
Is it something you'll be aiming for? I mean, it will help you, perhaps.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about it. And listen, we've got exciting times ahead. I've got a lot of horses to ride, me and James, and it's only going to help us as far as the jockey title goes. But first and foremost, now is to be successful with the Godolphin and the team, and anything after that is a bonus.
Hi, one question. I'm from Uruguay, C2, and it's from Chile. My English is so poor.
No.
So, you see any difference between the sea fever arrived to Dubai after, now and after?
No, he's been a very straightforward horse to train from the day he's arrived. He's fitter now than before he arrived. Because we were fortunate. We sent a team of lads down to Uruguay once the horse was purchased. We sent a couple of lads down there, so they were with him a month before he even arrived in Dubai. So we got to know his the personality of him basically. Like I say, down there he was good to deal with, and he's shipped to Dubai, and he's been very easy to train here. So what you can see is he's a big horse that he can only but furnish, and he's just going to be a lovely older horse.
And which was your impression when seeing for first time?
Oh, he's a very striking individual. You have to, he covers the ground lovely. He's very athletic for a big horse. He's very athletic. But I say, it's a horse that we're looking forward to for the future.